Hey everyone, Mary here with a video that's gonna hopefully take care of some of your pain, right? Or give you some tools to add to your toolbox. So first of all, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna be working on Mr. Silhouette Man here. If you haven't got somebody to do these exercises on you, you can certainly do them on yourself. If the location of your pain is not easily reached with your own hands, grab a surrogate. Grab some sort of surrogate, stuffed animal, a doll, a pillow, where one end is assigned the head, the other is the feet. And just when you sit down to do your own session, grab your surrogate, close your eyes, take some deep breaths, set the intention. At this time, this bear represents me as I clear my own energies and take my pain away. And then just do the exercises over the bear, over your surrogate. Okay, so we are electromagnetic beings, right? We're very electric, we're magnetic, and we're going to use our hands today, which are very magnetic in and of themselves, for these exercises. But being electromagnetic, energies flow, and when they're flowing properly, we feel great. We have no pain, we have no anxiety, we have no issues, life is good. But we're humans on planet Earth, and we have shock. We experience trauma. We have had emotional overwhelm in our lives. And all of that life stuff bombards us and congests our energies, sometimes to an outright blockage. So when there is a blockage or serious enough congestion where energy is not allowed to flow the way it's supposed to flow, symptoms will manifest. You never know how it's going to manifest. It could be as physical pain, it could be emotional, it could be anxiety, it could be depression, it could even be like asthma. Who knows how your body is going to be angry at you and show you that it needs attention, right? So in this video, I'm giving you some energy techniques to help break up that congestion, break up the blockage, decreasing pain. So we're going to start with right shoulder pain on this gentleman for ease of recording. And I'm just going to hold hands over his shoulder for a few seconds. In reality, about 30 seconds. But both he and I are going to have the same intention of desiring the congestion to be broken up and pain flying away, leaving, however we decide to visualize it. We set a visualization, we set the intention, and we're just energetically connecting here with me and his field. It doesn't have to be physically on the body, although it can, but a few inches above is going to be great, especially if there's swelling, an open wound, burn, anything like that. You don't want to touch the body. So once we just establish our intention and our visualization that both of you will be participating in, the first exercise is called clearing circles. Now, the left hand in the energy world is all about removing negative energies, removing negative ick, right? The right side is all about bringing fresh energies in and bringing balance to the area. So we're going to start with just putting our left hand over the shoulder and doing slow counterclockwise circles. Now, counterclockwise to me, right? So if he looks at it, it's going to look like I'm going clockwise, but that's because he's underneath. But we're going to go counterclockwise, and this is the exercise for now. This is it. Right hand is just on standby for part 2. But part 1, we're doing counterclockwise circles. Now, I will say years ago, I was just learning my energy. I was taking my energy classes to get certified as an energy medicine practitioner. And I was just learning one of these exercises, and I was at a party, and someone came in. They had just sprained their ankle on the way into the party, so they hobble in. There's got some serious swelling going on, and somebody asked me to come over and look at it because in my previous life I was an ER nurse. So I go over, I get the bag of ice to go over, and lo and behold, it's huge. She's got it up on a chair. Swelling, pain, and I just said, I'm gonna hold off on the ice for a minute and just ask you if I can do something weird on you. And she said, whatever. So I just sat down in a chair next to her leg and I just did this. I just did the counterclockwise circles. And after about 3 or 4 minutes, we're talking about other things, but after about 3 or 4 minutes, she just said, you know, I don't know what the heck you're doing. I mean, I see what you're doing, but I don't know what you're doing. But the pain is actually starting to go away. She said, I can feel it. And then after about 2 or 3 more minutes, so maybe a total of 5 or 6 minutes have gone by, the swelling is noticeably decreased. All I'm doing is circles, right? Counterclockwise circles. I'm removing the energetic congestion that's causing the pain. So I do it for a total of about 10 minutes. And she's then able to stand up on it, not totally without pain, but stand up on it and walk, certainly better than when she came in. She said it was noticeably better, from a 10 out of 10 pain to, down to a 2 or 3. So obviously she knew what I did, and she was able to, go home and share with her family and her husband and have him do it on it if the pain ever came back. And I told her, obviously you still have to rest, let the joint heal. This is just to help relieve pain and some of the swelling. So after however many minutes, right, it's going to be whenever you feel guided to stop, whenever the person says, I don't feel any pain anymore. You can do it for as long as you want. 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You can't overdose on this. Your arm may get tired, but there's no limit. So then when you feel you're done with the left hand, what I want you to do is come in with the right hand and just do clockwise over the area. Same speed, same area, a few inches above the body, and just do clockwise. You're only doing this for maybe a fraction of the time that you've cleared. So maybe a minute of the right hand doing clockwise circles. And what you're doing is just bringing fresh energy and balance back into that system, into that energetic system, whatever was congested. After about a minute, and again, throughout this whole process, both of you have visualized the healing, the healing energy coming in, the pain breaking up, and setting the intention. Intention is key, visualization is key on your part as well as the person who you're working on. You want to follow up with doing figure 8s over the area. Now, I have a whole video called What's Up with the Figure 8s on my channel, so check that out. It goes into a lot more detail, but figure 8s are crucial to energy healing and balancing. What they're doing here after the protocol is just stabilizing the area, strengthening the aura that you've just been working in. And again, you can do them any way you want with your hands. Figure 8s, infinity symbol, however you want to do them, up and down, 3-dimensional. There's no rules, just add some 8s at the end. Okay, so now the second exercise is called the siphoning off the pain. Just siphon the pain. Now, I know when I heard this, the immediate thing I thought of was siphoning gas, because that's the only thing I could think of that I've ever siphoned, right? Is when you have one end of a hose in the gas tank of a car and the other in a gas can on the ground, right? And that's basically what we're gonna do. Our hands are gonna be either end of the hose, and we're gonna pull the gas or the energy off of the shoulder and move it. Now, for the purposes of the video here, I have a garbage can. I like to add intention here to throwing the energy away. I'm not gonna dump it on my floor. I'm not going to allow it to be done on or entered into the space of where my small child might be crawling or my animals, my pets might be moving around. So I'm gonna siphon the energy into a garbage can. So here's the exercise. Again, left hand removing. It's even easier than the first one. Over the area. Left hand over the area of pain. Right hand over the garbage can. This is it. So again, you're both setting the intention, you're both visualizing. And the energy's leaving. Now, as you're doing this, obviously it's a little easier to do or feel when you're working on somebody else than when you're working on yourself, although I have felt it when I work on myself as well, that when things start to come up, when energy starts to leave, you might start to feel things in your palm. Heat, tingles, coolness, any abnormality. And again, it's just energy. It's just energy. It's leaving. It's going from one hand to the other hand, being siphoned off into the garbage can. One of the truths in the energy world is that energy follows thought. There are people out there who have mastered this, who have science research studies, Joe Dispenza, Greg Braden, oh my gosh, Lynn McTaggart, they're all full of studies out there showing energy follows thought. So when we're dealing with pain, it's kind of like a chicken and the egg situation, right? Which came first? The physical pain has been going on so long that it's making you anxious, it's making you sad, it's making you frustrated for whatever reason. Who knows? The pain comes first, then all the emotional cascade. Or emotions, negative headspace that you're sitting in. Whether it's unresolved grief or pent up anger. Any negative emotion that you've got festering is certainly something that's strong enough to block your energy flow. And when that happens, of course, it can manifest as pain. So when you're doing this siphoning technique, or actually any clearing technique, it can happen with any modality. If the pain is emotionally caused when you're doing this work, just be aware that the person who you're working on might actually have an emotional release of some kind. It might be surprising to them, it might not. It might manifest as just being tearful. It might manifest as being irritable without any known reason. Sometimes they'll actually be, I've had clients where I've done this and they'll be made aware of a situation. I had one client who had quit his job for a ridiculous boss situation. Completely, it was an insane administration. So the person finally left. But while we were doing this, that situation came up. She said, I left that job a year ago. She said, I can't believe that I'm thinking of that now. And I said, well, when did the pain start? And she said, well, I don't know, maybe 8, 9, 10 months ago. I said, well, it could be related, who knows? So anyway, I said, if it is, just focus on what you're getting, the message that you're getting, the visualization, and just say, I'm letting this go, right? I'm letting everything go that doesn't serve my highest and greatest good. So just please know that energy follows thought, and the longer you sit in a negative headspace, the more likely you're gonna bring your own energetic congestion to be. It's sad to say, but it's true, it's the case. So here we are, we're siphoning, we've siphoned for however many minutes. Again, no rules, you can't overdose. Then we're gonna do the little switch, right? We're gonna bring in positive energy, right hand over the area, left hand, palm facing up, higher than the right hand. And again, we're siphoning, but we're siphoning positive, universal energy that's now going into, via the right hand, into their field, into their area. You as the person doing this, whether it's on yourself or someone else, you can say, all right, we're gonna fill this area with love, joy, happiness, abundance, patience, kindness, wisdom, compassion, whatever you want, all the positive thoughts that you can think of. Both of you just start rattling off as many positive emotions and states of being that you can bring into this space. And again, you're only doing this for a fraction of the time that you are siphoning off. So when that is all done, again, seal it up with figure eights. You can do both of these exercises back to back. You can do one or the other, play with them, see which ones work better. and let me know what you do, what you decide to use it on, how they work. As always, everyone, likes, comments, subscribes, greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching. Take care.